Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Parent Pod. This is your weekly show. This hour's for you. I hope the kids are away. Every week, we hope to bring you some local fun, business highlights, education, some fun recipes, and just some fun. It's parent talk, it's mom talk. We're going to give it to you straight. So I hope you have the kids away and you are ready to go tonight. Tonight, we are kicking off, as you know, a new night. We are on Friday nights at 8 o'clock now. And we, in the cycle, have changed things up. We're going to be doing fun recipes with local chefs, as well as the education piece, which you have had, some self-care. And this week, we're going to be starting our mom highlight piece. So we're going to be highlighting local parent-owned businesses, in particular mom-owned, and discussing with them and interviewing them and seeing what everything's like in their neck of the woods and what they're good at. It's good to shop local, and that's what makes the community thrive. So this week we were joined by Anna Fleischmann Photography, and she's a local mom to a wonderful little girl, and she loves photography. And so tonight we're going to be sharing with you our interview with her. And you're going to hear a little bit, and then some of the ladies and I are going to come on, and we're going to discuss stuff, and we're also going to take your questions. And hopefully we have some nominations tonight to spread a little kindness and give away some free stuff. So without further ado, make sure to submit your stuff in the comments. We'll be chatting with you, and we're going to show you the interview now. Hi, everyone. I'm here with Anna Fleischmann, a local mom and photographer who is joining us this evening as we're going to be highlighting a local mom business. We really like to support our moms and their businesses because that's what gives back to the community. They are the movers and shakers around here. So welcome, Anna. Thank you so much for joining me. You're our first, of the new year 2021 Mom Spotlight business and owner. And so I'm so honored to have you on tonight. And do you want to introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure, absolutely. My name is Anna Fleischmann. I'm the owner of Fleischmann Photography. I'm located out of Plymouth, but I work with a lot of families on the Cape. I'm basically on the Cape every week, doing some shoots there. And I have lived on the Cape for the past 10 years. So really, the community of Cape Cod Moms means a lot to me.
Awesome. Yeah, you know what? Moms are what make the community what it is, you know?
Yep, I agree.
So how did you get into photography and share a little bit about that journey?
I feel like photography has been in my life as long as I can remember myself. My mom actually, she worked at the TV station, and I've seen a lot of backstage moments. Obviously, it wasn't really photography; it was mostly videography, and I saw how they were making those little local shows, But I've always been exposed to that kind of environment, and I think that I had my first camera when I was in high school. So I was just taking pictures of, everything, everyone, all of my friends, all of my family, just taking some pictures of random objects everywhere or traveling somewhere. I always like to take pictures of those precious memories you want to keep for the lifetime. And I started doing some semi-professional photography when I was in college. I was doing just college events. I was doing some senior photos. But that was it. It wasn't like an actual business. It was always a hobby, and I always just loved it. But when I had my daughter, as any mom, I was just taking way too many pictures of my kid.
It's hard not to, right?
I know, and they're all so cute. And my husband actually he bought me a more professional camera as a gift. So I started doing even more photos for all of my mom friends and for the whole family as well. And I believe it was like our or my daughter's first Christmas. So we got some Christmas photos done. And honestly, we were just not happy the way they turned out. Um, like I don't know, it was just not our best session for
No, I
sure.
understand. I totally.
And my husband just, he was like, why don't you take that on as a business? You are definitely taking great photos. You have an eye for it. You're doing great. So he kind of gave me that little push, and I started thinking about it more and more and more, and just started building my portfolio, as the photographers would say, just taking more of those family photos, more of the kids' photos. And then it's just when I had enough um, photos to present, I started advertising myself. And social media is just great that way. That's
Absolutely, and that's a great journey because you found something you enjoyed, and you turned it into something that you were both good at and could make money
yeah,
off of, and
yeah,
you persevered. Those are skills moms have in general. So it really shows you want to do something, you can do anything you want to do.
that's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what is really your approach to photography? Like, do you like to capture like moments in action, natural moments, pose moments? What's your favorite? Like, how do you like to approach it?
I really like those in between moments. So like those candid little situations, I always have some poses for all the families or all the kids in my on my mind. So I can definitely guide you. I can definitely offer you different options, but I really want to make sure that I always capture those in between moments. That's the real life. That's the real interaction which happens between I don't know, between mom and dad, between mom and kids. That's what I like. That's what I
Absolutely.
go for.
I really like this one you have from a holiday session with the parents and the kids, and it's an in between moment, and not everyone's looking at the camera, only dad. Typical, right? But everybody else is really, they're in the moment, and it's such a beautiful moment you've captured there.
Thank you.
It really is, and I think that's attractive about the type of photography you do. You do the post shots and everything like that, but there are these beautiful moments, like you said, in between that you're catching. Again, like this one, it's great. He's laughing. He's got his eyes closed, and it's not a traditional photo that people like.
No, it's
But
kids.
it's real life. It's
Exactly.
it's real life. So I just think you do such a great job
Thank
with
you.
making sure, because that is it's in essence who the family is.
Hmm.
So I appreciate that attention to that.
Thank you.
Um, so you're a wife, you're a mother, in addition to working full time. How do you find time to like balance, photography into it with family?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like all the other moms, really, like all the other moms. Somehow you just make it work, and it's just day to day kind of thing. And I'm so lucky because right now photography is my full time job. It hasn't been like that all the time, but since August, I've been actually a full time photographer. Um, but before that, I don't even know because working full time and also having a side business, being a mom, being a wife, it was tough. Absolutely, but I drink lots of coffee and I work around the clock. So I typically just edit most of my sessions at night when my daughter goes to sleep.
Yeah, moms are really good at being creative because you do have
Right.
to multitask. It is a lot. And as women, we really want to, we are mothers, but at the same time, we want to nurture who we are as a
Right.
person
Exactly.
too, and honor that the gifts that we're given or the passions that we want to follow. And so kind of finding that balance, and it can be rough at first, right?
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
I can remember
Absolutely.
even starting this blog and then growing it, and it's been like 10 years now. It's 10 years
Oh,
this year.
wow.
Yeah, and it's, it took a long time. It doesn't just happen overnight. It
Oh, no,
takes
it doesn't. It doesn't.
hard work. It takes 3 a.m., 4 o'clock mornings. Sometimes working after the kids go to sleep. I prefer to get up early, um, but you eventually get that rhythm, and
Right.
you have to find the balance. But it takes time, and you can't give up because it's important to have that part of yourself too.
Yeah.
We are. So, yeah, how do you keep the momentum going? Because you're busy. How do you? Well, now that it's full time, is it just you've found a rhythm now?
I think I did. I really found the rhythm, and I just try to stay creative. Like I try to focus on what I do right now, but I also try to make sure that I always have something extra going on. There's always that next step I think about. There's always that extra idea I think about for the next set of mini sessions, or um actually next holiday season. I'm already thinking what I would like to do for the next holiday season, because it always gets here so fast and it gets so busy that you don't really have time to prepare.
Right.
Um, so I just always make sure that I stay creative, and trying to find something new all the time, and definitely invest my time and invest my attention in what I'm doing, because
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there's definitely an art to, making something. We were talking about those little moments earlier, those
right.
in between moments, and that is an art because it's both honest and it's artistic. Um, and so, how do you? Because you do balance both the lifestyle photography versus these snapshots in between, and
Hmm.
how do you do that? Are you just, when you're doing these sessions with them, are you just kind of shooting the whole thing, both the pose and those in between moments? Or are you conscious of those in between moments? Or are you're inspired and you're just gonna snap away and
I just always, well, first of all, I always have a conversation with the client, what they prefer um, to see in their gallery. Because
absolutely
sometimes the family just wants to see, like, if we're in the studio and we really are just going for the studio portraits, or even if we're outside somewhere on location, we're just going for those like portrait style
right.
pictures. Um, but otherwise, if we're just going with the flow, I make sure that I do take pictures of that pose we discussed earlier, and then I'm always aware of those little interactions going on. It's just like I'm always present. I'm always there. And I always make sure that I catch some of those moments, because I feel like they're the most precious ones. And you will see those post pictures, those smiles, when most of the kids are like, "Oh my goodness, I have to smile for that picture because mom will be mad at me." And and you try to make sure that the kids are relaxed. If the kids are relaxed, the parents are relaxed.
Absolutely.
That's just how it goes. And then
That's
I
what
just
we
make
aim
sure,
for, right?
exactly, exactly. And then I just make sure that I catch those moments in between. That's how it goes.
So, from and I know you just started with full time in the fall, but from time to time, you've been doing photography for a little while. Have you ever
Right.
found yourself in a creative rut?
Um, I don't know. If I am in that kind of situation, the creative community is amazing, absolutely. And you always see so many ideas people have, like on social media, or I keep in touch with a lot of photographers as well. And right now, style shoots are very, very popular. So it's just, the concept. One of the photographers wants to capture, and they invite other photographers to join them during those sessions, and it gets very, very creative, and it gets very interesting, and you meet new people, and that really keeps you going,
Fresh.
especially in the winter time. It's just absolutely necessary. Just I think I sent you a couple shots. I just recently had the opportunity to work with some of really, really creative vendors. I just was invited to the studio. She has a rental of wedding dresses, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And the studio itself is so gorgeous, and it was just fun. It's not what I typically do. It's not the family style photography, but I just really, really enjoyed it. It was so beautiful, and the results were just amazing.
You're talking about, I'm going to just pop this one up here. You're
Yeah.
talking about this shoot right here. Yeah, those were lovely, lovely pictures.
Uh,
Um,
that's
and it
those
was,
dresses were absolutely amazing.
I mean, they came out really nice, and I saw some of them on your Instagram and everywhere else too. So,
Thank you.
but I bet this was a lot of fun trying to explore
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. That's just for fun, to get out of that kind of downtime, which
Right,
happens in winter.
absolutely, absolutely. So, how many clients do you typically see? For let's, each month, how many are you seeing?
Honestly, it's always very different. It depends on the month. It depends on the season. Like, let's say in December, um, I don't even know.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I was doing maybe like around 15 to 20 sessions
Wow.
uh, during one weekend, um, because there was a lot of mini sessions for the holidays.
Yep.
And that's not typical, obviously. But when I run the minis, that's a lot.
I can see that being really
Otherwise,
hard though during the holidays for you to balance that with the family because that's a special time with family,
right.
and you're really busy. So
I just try to make sure that I do them ahead of time, so that way I also deliver all the photos in time for all the families to order their cards.
absolutely.
Because usually, the cards are always late. Like this year,
Oh,
us,
horrible.
our family, we did not get Christmas cards. Mm-mm. We had the pictures done. We got the pictures in time. We ordered the cards, and I think we didn't get them like in 3 weeks.
Wow.
So it was a while. So it's just it's always different. Always different.
Yeah, especially probably again depending on the time of year and what's
Right.
kind of popular for the mini sessions. I'm thinking of mini sessions now, and I'm brainstorming ideas. I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to have like a Disney princess mini session where you could,
Oh,
or
that's
like a heroes, like you pick your favorite superhero, boys
right.
or girls.
Yeah.
I think that could be,
That would
really
be awesome.
really fun. Or
That's a lot of fun.
for families who do themed picture or themed costumes for Halloween, that could
Yeah.
be really fun in advance.
Yeah.
I could see some of that being really. You gotta let me know if you do the superhero ones. I
Yeah.
like that.
I will let you know.
I like that. Or maybe like future leaders and they dress up as like little, as a
Oh,
doctor or an
nice.
astronaut. That would be really like I dream to be a session. I think that would be wonderful because.
Oh,
So Anna, how has COVID affected your business? Has it affected it negatively, or do you think you're busier than ever?
um, it definitely affected it negatively, especially at the very beginning. Um, let's say last year, so 2020, I'm pretty sure I did not have any sessions from probably the beginning of January until the end of April. So obviously we were all quarantined, and we were not allowed to do anything either. Photography was not even considered the essential business, obviously.
Right.
So that was definitely rough. I actually started shooting again at the end of April, and it definitely affected how we do things now, for sure. Obviously, I always wear a mask. I actually have a lot of families who want to wear their masks for like a couple photos. Just to keep the
Just to have that
memories.
memory, yeah.
Yeah, it's the times we're living in, so we kind of roll with it. Um,
Hopefully someday we're looking back with our like grandchildren going, ha ha ha, remember that time.
yeah, right. Well,
Hopefully it's
well,
not
we'll
still
see.
happening.
We'll see how that goes. Really. Um, but the summer was really busy because I feel like a lot of people just they just could not stay home anymore. It was just so liberating to get out there and go to the beach and to get some photos done with your family, to just capture those precious moments. So we started really really down, and then we were just climbing up slowly but surely. And then I think by the end of the year, like closer to the really busy holiday season, it was pretty much back to normal. But still, it's different. It's just very different, and we have to adjust for sure. And I had to adjust my gear as well, so my lenses, so I can make sure that I stay far enough from the clients.
So let's talk about you as a mom. What's been like the biggest blessing for motherhood for you?
Biggest blessing, my daughter. There's no other answer for sure. It's just the biggest blessing.
Now, does she
Absolutely.
love getting her picture taken too?
Well, not so much.
She got burnt out from all those newborn photos.
It depends on the mood for sure. It's tough with the girls as well.
Absolutely.
Sometimes she's just like all for it, and oh mom, I want to dress up and I want to do pictures, and she gets so excited. But then when we're already all dressed up, we're ready to go. She
Then
changes her
we're over
mind.
it. Yeah, then
Yeah,
we're over
we're over it.
it.
Yep, because we put the dress on already, so
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
yeah.
Pictures do not matter
The
anymore.
excitement's over.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that always the case? That always happens with kids.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're like, oh, you do this big build up, and then they're like, yeah, no.
But I always try to make sure that's where I'm coming from. Like that's why I want to have something fun.
Absolutely.
So so they are interested. So she wants to do her pictures because that's fun. It's like a game
Right.
basically, and she's involved in it. And if it works for my kid, it will work for other kids as well.
Absolutely. Does she give you ideas too for different things you do?
Yeah, sometimes she does, definitely. Like we definitely adjust stuff and move around, and whenever she has something in mind, she definitely tells me like what dresses she wants to wear and so on.
Awesome. Well, good because it's a good skill to start teaching
Oh
little
yeah.
kids to involve them in the process
Yeah.
because it stimulates creative thinking and it gives them ownership over what they're going to do,
Hmm.
which is really important. What's been your biggest struggle as a mother?
I think we started talking about it a little bit. The balance, for sure. It's I think that's the biggest struggle for a lot of us. It's always if you're working all the time, if you're working a lot, you get that guilt that you're not spending enough time with your kids. Well, it doesn't matter how much time you're really spending. It's always somewhere there. Or if you're just staying home, then there comes that oh, I'm not growing. You know, I'm not bettering myself. I'm not providing for the family, or God knows what else. It's just I think that we're just living in the society where we have like such a high standard for women that you know we need to be a mom, we need to be a wife, we need to work, we need to provide, we need to be the best out of the best in everything. And it's just a lot of pressure. And, we just, if you're just a real regular person, it's impossible. I mean,
Well, you're right. They create there's a standard that's been created, right? And a
mhm,
lot of it's had to do with, celebrity focused culture and being online, social media all
mhm,
the time. And as a result, um, there is, it's not, I think it's blatant because once you recognize it, you see it. But
right,
there is this standard, this pressure to be perfect or have the right balance. Can you be the working mom and keep it all together and look amazing and get the kids fed? It's the Kim Kardashians, but in
mhm,
reality, they've got nannies, they've got
yeah,
aides, they've got a full
exactly,
staff. Okay,
exactly.
Tom Brady's wife, Giselle, same thing. She's got help. You know, uh,
Plus, we never know what's going on there for sure. It's
right.
always just a picture we see.
It's just a picture in time, and so you got to give yourself that grace and say
Yeah,
it's not perfect. There you got to find a balance, and some days are hard, some days are going to be a little bit better, and it's a journey, right, every day.
for
But it's
sure.
really important that you take care of yourself because you can't be the best mom or best partner that you can be unless you're taking care of you, and that includes nurturing some of your dreams and passions.
Absolutely.
So I love it when we get to see moms who have been able to follow that because I think you're right. We're expected to do this, and they're asking a lot of us. And then in the middle of a pandemic, it's like, oh, and teach your kids again. Wait, I gotta put food on the table, clean the house, teach the kids, and help myself.
Yep,
It's been overwhelming, I think.
it is. It
And
is
it
for
feels
sure.
like we're starting to hit a stride again. It's starting to feel like, all right, I can start to move again. I can start to do things and get into a little routine.
But
Uh,
then it changes again.
right. Just gonna be ready for anything at any time at this point. So what advice would you have for other parents?
I think just take it slow. Well, try, I
Yeah,
guess. Try to take it slow. And every day is different, and just take it day by day. Because, we have already so much stress on our shoulders that we should be kinder to ourselves. We
absolutely,
should not stress ourselves even more because it's
absolutely.
just too much.
I'm telling you, I'm.
Take some
I,
time. Take some time to yourself. I think it's advice from me as well. So that's I'm gonna try and follow it, but I cannot guarantee it.
it's hard sometimes to take your own advice. I have a friend who's appeared with me on here. She's part of our team, Amy, and she's always texting me because I text her at the most random times. But she'll be like, "What are you doing? You're not taking time for you. You are not resting. Stop and take a breather. How are you doing
Yeah,
this?" But again, you got to take that time, slow down, um, but still get to everything, but just make sure you're balanced. It's really important to find balance, and it's okay to take time for yourself, whatever that may be.
yeah.
So let's talk about you've got some exciting things coming up because you've got the Valentine's Day mini sessions coming up. And
Um. Yep. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so I think so you've got this one with Little Necks, Cape Cod, which is with our friends over there on in the Yarmouth part of the Cape, and they have. I'm going to actually show the link. So they have a Little Necks Valentine's Day mini session featuring you, which is a really exciting little deal that they're promoting. And I'm actually going to also show this picture and this is your daughter. And so is this kind of the style for part of the Valentine's Day mini sessions right here? I like the cloud and everything down the bottom.
Yes. That's the setup I'm going for. So actually, that's the one which I will have in the studio here in Plymouth.
Okay.
And the one with little necks, I believe they have a couple pictures on their website. It will be just, you know, red and pink, everything.
Yes.
We will have some balloons, and we will have some little props for the kids, because there at Little Necks we don't really have that much space,
Yep.
so we
It's a
wouldn't be able
small
to
store.
right, we wouldn't be able to recreate the same exact setup.
So the Little Next one is this one down the bottom for everybody who's watching, littlenext.com/Valentine mini session photo shoot. And then she's additionally, Anna, you're doing ones up in your studio, which is what the background for this one, the
Mhm.
picture that we're seeing. And let's pop that one up here too. So people, if they want to book a session with you, can go to via this link right
Right.
here. They can also get to those links via your Facebook page, your Instagram page, and things like that, which we're also going to pop up here in a second. And so what are some recommendations for what they should wear? Is it you're doing boys and girls, I'm assuming? So anything red, obviously red for Valentine's Day.
Right. And these sessions, they are for the kids only, so it's not the fully styled family session.
Yeah.
I usually recommend some neutral colors, and let's get that pop of color in there as well. So mostly neutrals, and get some red in there or some pink in there, so we're not overwhelmed with the same, everything pink or everything red, because we will have those colors in the props as
Absolutely.
well.
Yeah. Again, about balance. See, the balance carries
Right.
through this theme.
Exactly.
And again, you see, she's captured a really nice in between moment, even in this photo right here, with her daughter looking down, not looking at it. It's a sweet moment,
Mhm.
you know. So Anna, any last thoughts on the business and anything you also want to share about your photography business?
Well, I just want to say that I'm really, really grateful for all of the Cape Cod families, because that's just, such an amazing community, and I always go back to the Cape. I always have families who come back to me every year, and it just makes me so happy. I always make sure that if I host mini sessions, I find the locations which are convenient for my Cape Cod families. And let's say, I don't have the exact dates yet, but I will be rolling out the Mother's Day minis, and they will be on the Cape for sure, because it's just so pretty there in spring. It's just beautiful. So keep an eye out. I'm gonna post the sign up link on my Instagram and Facebook, probably in about 2 or 3 weeks, so we can just figure out the dates at that point.
Awesome, awesome. That actually sounds a lot of fun, and I would definitely. I don't know if you've come to Falmouth, but I would check out Spore Gardens because
Oh, I
Spore
love that.
Gardens in Falmouth is lovely,
Yeah.
and I could see a nice forest like throne for maybe mom on the steps, with a flower crown. That might be a lovely moment.
I
I
think you
might be
have your
booking
own
that
vision.
one.
I love it. I love it. When someone has a vision, I just love it.
I might have to book that one, Anna. I might have to book that one. So, any last thoughts for the moms and dads and the parents out there?
um, I guess just enjoy every moment we have with our kids, and try to balance the lives out, because our lives basically run around them, but we should not forget about ourselves too, and just make sure that you make time for your spouse, for your partner, and for yourself, because otherwise it's just too stressful.
Absolutely.
We're gonna be just too stressed out, and it's no one will be happy from it, really.
Absolutely. It's
So
it's
let's just,
really
let's just
tough.
hang in there.
Absolutely. We're hanging in there, and we've gotten this far, and we've gone through some of the most stressful times in human history, or at least that we're aware of right now. So, it's tough, but hang in there because there's other parents out there, and we're all in the
Exactly.
same boat. And again, find balance, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Anna. I'm so honored to feature you as our first mom-owned business starting back in 2021, and it was exciting to start with you and highlight these Valentine's Day mini sessions, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all the great stuff that you create with all our local families. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We are back, and I am here with Kelly and Melissa this evening. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi, Amy. Hi, Kelly.
Nice to see you.
Hi. We did it.
There you, Kelly. Oh my God. Yay.
I mean, you kind of have to laugh at this point.
So for people not aware, we're having major technical difficulties tonight. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if
Technology.
heard.
Wait, isn't it a full moon tonight? It looked full earlier, so maybe that's what it is. We'll blame it on that anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll chalk it up to that. So Kelly was having camera difficulties.
I don't know. Either way.
The video died in the middle of it. I'm going to have to splice things later.
Oh my God.
You can't win them all. Wait, weren't you guys just talking in the video about like life balance and like just going with it?
Isn't that the ultimate lesson here, though?
It is. It definitely is. Yeah.
Yep.
Things don't go our way.
So Anna was really great to have as a guest because we're going to start highlighting these parent owners, in particular moms, because mom.
I love her.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
great.
she was really cool.
She took something she's passionate about and enjoyed, and now is going to make a living off of it. And I think that's fantastic. That's what we all want to do, right? We want to take something we love and are passionate about it and make money doing it, because then it's not a job.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I'm doing that right now. As soon as I lost my job, going on a year ago, I was like, I have like a unique opportunity right now to like really figure out in my mid 40s, like, what do I really want to do right now? And I honestly have no idea what that is, but I love hearing that, I mean, her Instagram page is awesome. Her pictures are beautiful. Like, I think it's really cool. I don't think it's easy, but I think it's actually really cool what she's able to do.
Absolutely. I mean, I would love to, my dream is to travel and get paid to travel, but I might have missed the little social media influencer bucket on that one, like the little wave that.
Yeah, we needed to grow up like 20 years ago, I think.
Yeah, just a little bit later, like.
I want to live in the TikTok. I want to live in the TikTok hype house. That's what I want to do. That's my dream.
Well, we're going to come up with a TikTok and it's going to go viral. It'll be great.
I love it.
One of these days.
So let's talk, for you, Lee, what is your passion for the two of you?
Still trying to figure that out, I think. I don't know.
There must be something.
Oh, my daughter says cooking and baking, but I don't know about that.
You are a pretty good baker.
Well, Mel she's an amazing baker and a great cook, and she's very health conscious, so she's always cooking with like organic and healthy things. But Melissa, you had a full-blown business as a parent also. I mean, it might have not been your passion, but you did it, and you did it well for a couple of years. So, absolutely. I mean, you can speak to that.
I did. I opened a business when my daughter was 2, which is probably kind of crazy, but I did it for 5 years. It was fun while I did it. It was a lot of work, and it's very hard to find that balance with work and life and kids and being a mom and mom guilt if you can't do everything you need to do, and the adult professional side of you with guilt for you can't do everything you want to do in that arena either. So yeah, that's a lot of work.
I think that's part of
and you had a business that was, I mean, on top of, sorry to interrupt you, Amy,
no, go ahead.
you had a business that was consignment, and I know from experience, because I have to say that like probably a good half of my kids' wardrobe probably came from your store. And this is before I even knew you. And my mother would always tell me,
Buying
you got
everything.
these
Yeah.
great. It was hilarious, and now we're friends. But it's actually kind of funny.
It
But
is
that's not
funny.
easy too. You have to literally go through every piece of article that comes in through that. I mean, there's a whole nother level
It
to
is.
consignment
Oh, yeah.
and kids clothing.
Yeah, it was ridiculously hard. It was very time consuming. And I was always behind.
But Melissa, you said something earlier, and I talked about it a little bit with Anna. There's this expectation in society on women and on mothers in particular to be expected. Back in the day, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, women were the stay-at-home housewife. You cooked, you cleaned, you took care of the kids. All of that domain was yours, making sure school got taken care of and everything, right? So in these new times, the times that we've grown up in, and since then, we're equals in the household, right? And we're pulling equal weight a lot of times financially. And so a lot of times you've got two parents working, or maybe just the mother's working. But there's still an expectation that they're still going to take care of everything else too, right?
Right.
I mean, I still do
And
the majority of the laundry and the
right. And it's even like, it's not like it's an expectation necessarily from other people. I mean, it kind of is, like, from society in general, but like it's an expectation we put on ourselves.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can't do 100% at work, 100% of my life, my 100% of taking care of my kids
Mm-hmm.
all the time. I'm a failure. And it's so much pressure. And we really need to be way kinder to ourselves and take that step back and be like, everyone's alive, everyone's healthy,
Right.
we're all fed, we're all happy, we're doing things, we're okay.
Yeah, it's like it's ingrained in us to say, I'm going to get all this done. And you're right. You have to really
But
know
I
what.
think we see other moms that are like the superwoman moms that
On
like,
the outside anyway.
and they do. I mean, the pressure that they put on themselves is insane. And I might do a quarter of what they're doing, and I feel even more stressed out than I probably should.
You're putting pressure on yourself because it's just
Absolutely.
it's what we perceive other people to be looking like. Like even on social media, like that's not somebody's life. That's a one piece of somebody's life. It's all we see. And then we put it on ourselves. Oh my God, why can't I be like that? She's always so put together when I see her. Oh my God, I don't. And I'm like, I'm gonna have
It's all a lie. It's all a lie.
And then you wonder
today I'm having a bad day. Whatever. Okay.
And you wonder what's really sometimes behind them, they're a mess too. They just look together, or they look like they know what they're doing. But
they're
it's
a mess in a different way. Right. Then what? I'm a mess in one way. Kelly's a mess in one way. You're a mess in another way. Like women on the street are a mess in another way. Like nobody's perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. We can't do everything all the time, but we can do our best and try to be happy and raise happy kids.
Yeah. Trust me, nothing's
perfect. And that's
perfect.
why I think like something like, Anna, when she did this photography thing, like she's able to be around her kids. It's not taking too much time away. Right. If she needed to, she'd be able to bring her kid. I think it's, it's might add another element of stress, to your life. I've always worked from home. And I think sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes that's a bad thing, because when you work from home, sometimes you are never able to leave your office like you would if you worked in an office. So I think it can be difficult, as much as people think it's so great. You can work from home, you can do this, you can do that. It is, but that's a really difficult thing to find that balance when your home is your office also.
Yeah. Absolutely. But, balance is what we have to find. That's what we're striving to find every day, right? So we'll get there, right? When we're 75.
I was just gonna say, at what point are we
When
gonna
do we
get
get
there,
there?
Amy? Because I'm freaking 43, or I don't even know how old I am right now, but I'm wondering when I'm gonna. I'm actually in midlife right now, so like, when am I gonna get there?
The pandemic set us back. So
That's all right.
I just want to kind of go over. We've got a couple good guests coming up over the next few months that I just want to share with everybody really quick, and you ladies, because I know you're excited about some of them. And so in the coming weeks, we're going to have local dad and chef Brandon Babiaz, who is the owner of Marshall Restaurant. He's in
Nice.
Sandwich.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, and so he's going to be sending us a recipe, and we're going to try and do it with the kids. And so,
oh my God, that's a disaster. I love
yes,
it.
we'll pre-film that, and we're going to share it with everybody. And then
Perfect.
we'll chat with Brandon, and he's going to have a lot of funny stories to share. He's a character, that one you don't want to miss.
Do you know what you're making? Sorry, I totally interrupted you.
Oh, I don't know what we're making yet. He's sending it to me this week, so
Okay.
we'll know soon.
Okay.
We're not telling you, Mel, because we're not going to let you cheat and try it like 4 times before we do.
No.
Who has time for that?
There's no practicing ahead of time. The Overachiever Club.
You're right. Yeah.
And then we're gonna bring back Erin Edwards, who I think Mel, you met her early on, and Kelly, you've met Erin. And so she's the owner of Upper Cape Med, and she's the LPM. She's amazing. Yep. And so we're going to be doing some face stuff and self-care with her. I love the self-care stuff. And then Jacob Stapleton's going to be coming on, and we're going to be talking about their block party, their virtual block party that they're going to be doing, and their new Q&As, some new great things they're rolling out on their website. And then later in the coming weeks, we're going to have Nicole Mitchell from Kind Hearts for Kids, who raises money for the foster care kids locally. It's a great program that even kids can take part in, and she sells cupcakes to help fundraise as well. And then lots of other great guests. We're hoping to get some other local moms and dads on that we're going to be highlighting. We're going to announce them soon once they're confirmed. And then later in April, one of guests that I'm very excited about it because I'm into reality TV, Chef Rachel Hargrove.
Oh my God, I can't.
I know. I can't wait for this.
Jack is going to make Vietnamese spring rolls with us.
It's going to be awesome.
So that should be fun. So if there's anybody you'd like for us ladies to check out, or any type of thing you want us to highlight, definitely send us a comment, private message, email, whatever, carrier pigeon. Let us know, and we'll reach out to them. We had no nominations again for the Acts of
Dad.
They don't want free stuff. They don't want free stuff.
You have got to really put that out on social media or something. I don't understand this. Don't you want your friends to win fun prizes?
Yeah.
You guys, maybe nobody likes anybody anymore.
I know. Is that what happened in 2020? Nobody has friends anymore, right?
Nobody likes anybody anymore. Everyone needs new friends.
Well, there were a lot of divorces, so maybe there were a lot of breakups of friendships. I don't know it. That would be very sad.
That would be so sad.
Hopefully that's not the case.
Divorces, I know, and babies that were born too. Lots of COVID babies.
Listen, you can nominate a friend for having a COVID baby. You can nominate a friend for congratulations on your divorce. You're back in the game again.
Oh my God, yes. People have divorce parties all the time.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a divorce party one night theme. That could be kind of fun.
That would be so fun.
I love it.
All
right, but maybe we just need to be I'll put it on myself. Maybe I just need to be better about promoting that part of our little niche here. So I'm going to blast it. I want people nominating everybody.
Yeah, we want to give away this free stuff. We want to hear about why someone's special to you. We want to surprise them and bring some joy to their day. And we also have a thing where you can anonymously share your stories. We did have one from tonight, but I'm actually going to save it for next week, just in case we get a few more so we can discuss it.
Okay.
But you can share your...
I love it. That's such a cliffhanger, Aim.
No.
We promise we will not out you. You don't, we ask for an email only to legitimize you're a real human being, but it is completely anonymous. We will only read the confession, the story. We will never, ever out you. I promise. It's all kept tight here. So
Amy's just gonna send a camera crew to your house. It's no big deal.
No big deal. She'll put you on live one night.
only certain cases. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm totally joking.
Well, thank you everybody for joining
All right,
us.
good.
Thank you to Kelly and Melissa for being part of the team and joining me again and rolling with the punches tonight with all of our technical difficulties.
We made
I'll
it.
get the
Oh
editing.
my God, Amy, I would have cried. You did so well.
Did
I
you see me
literally,
not crying in the
maybe you might
background?
still cry. Yes, you might still cry. But I'm just telling you, like I would have just thrown the phone computer out the window and would have called it a day. So
It's
you, my
balance,
friend,
right?
are a champ.
It's all balance.
Yeah. Yep,
It is.
it is.
All right, well, we'll see you all here next week on the Parent Pod, 8 p.m. Special guest. We'll be announcing it on Monday. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye. Bye, guys.